Most people don't realize this, but thinking deeply can lead to two very different outcomes. Some people, through deep thinking, become wiser, calmer, more grounded. Others slowly become exhausted by their own mind. And here's the important part. The difference is not intelligence, not education, not personality. It's how the mind relates to its own thoughts. Some people don't burn out because they think too little. They burn out because they think deeply without knowing when to stop. People who think deeply don't see the world the same way others do. They hear the same words, experience the same situations, but something different happens inside. Their mind doesn't stop at the surface. They're usually quieter. They speak less. They react more slowly. And because of that, they're often misunderstood or overlooked entirely. But inside their mind, something constant is unfolding. Psychology recognizes this as a different mode of processing, a mind that refuses easy answers. This video isn't about how to think deeply. It's about this question: why does deep thinking bring calm to some people and overwhelm to others? And by the end, you'll understand the subtle shift that decides the difference. People who think deeply don't have minds that shut off easily, not because they're restless, but because surface-level understanding never feels complete. When something happens, most people stop at what's visible. A deep-thinking mind goes further. It doesn't only ask, what happened? It asks, why this? What does this reveal? Where have I seen this pattern before? Psychology calls this deep conceptual processing. The mind is searching for meaning, not reaction. That's why shallow conversations feel draining to deep thinkers. Not because they dislike people, but because their mind needs substance. They may seem quiet in groups, but internally, a dialogue is always happening between experience, emotion, and meaning. They live with open questions, and unlike most people, they don't rush to close them. In psychology, the ability to stay in uncertainty without panic is a sign of cognitive maturity. Deep thinkers respond later, not because they're slow, but because they see more layers first. Their slowness is not weakness, it's respect for complexity. Deep thinkers often have a misunderstood relationship with solitude. They don't choose it to escape people. They choose it to regulate their mind. A mind that processes deeply needs quiet to integrate. Too much stimulation creates cognitive fatigue. That's why deep thinkers often feel drained after social interaction. Not because connection is bad, but because the mind hasn't had space to settle. Solitude becomes the place where thoughts slow, emotions organize, and meaning returns. From the outside, this can look like distance, but internally, it's maintenance. Deep minds don't disappear in silence. They recalibrate there. A deeply thinking mind doesn't only analyze more, it feels more. Small details matter. Tone changes, pauses, what isn't said. Psychology calls this high sensory processing sensitivity. It's both a gift and a burden, because when everything is felt deeply, the nervous system tires faster. That's why some deep thinkers experience emotional fatigue, not from weakness, but from intensity. Mid-video retention line. This is the moment where depth either matures or quietly collapses. As the deep mind matures, it learns an essential skill: to feel deeply without absorbing everything, to understand without carrying every weight. This balance is not numbness, it's awareness. And when awareness develops, sensitivity stops being painful and becomes perceptive. Without balance, deep thinking can turn inward. The mind stops exploring and starts looping. Psychology calls this rumination. Questions no longer open space, they close it. This is why some deep thinkers feel heavy, tired, or anxious despite high insight. The problem isn't thinking, it's forgetting when to stop. A healthy, deep mind knows when to think and when to simply be. Being means experiencing life without analyzing it. Not everything needs to be solved. Some things need to be lived. This realization releases enormous pressure. When everything comes together, psychology reveals this truth. Real depth doesn't come from thinking more. It comes from a healthier relationship with thought itself. Mature deep thinkers no longer use thinking to control life or eliminate uncertainty. They tolerate not knowing. They allow complexity. And because of that, thinking stops being exhausting and becomes calm. They speak less, but their words matter more. They judge less, but understand more. Their presence is quiet, but grounded. If this video felt familiar, if you've often been told you're different, your mind may simply work on a deeper frequency. If you want, leave a comment. Which part felt most like you? Just one sentence. Someone reading it may finally feel understood.